2002 Chevy Suburban. We are doing some spark plugs and wires. Not too bad, just typical Chevy design. Got really stupid stuff in really stupid places. So the funnest one is that spark plug back in the back. Kind of hard to see it. There's the coil, there's the plug. You can't really see the plugs, especially that one in the back. I'll show you what little setup I did in order to get to that one back there. So the tools that I used, this little setup right here is what you want to use to get the plug wires off. This is the best combination I've found. It gives me leverage, and you can wrap that around here or around the metal tubing and stuff like that and pull it off. Sometimes you can get lucky and they don't come apart, or you can be myself and they all come apart. Like nearly half of them did that. So but anyways, this will give you the leverage to be able to pop it off, because you'll be able to get back there and use the exhaust manifold to pop it like yay to get the actual spark plug boot itself off. Now for getting to the plugs, if the little tangs, usually these, they stay on the end of the spark plug. They'll stay on this tip right here as it's still in the car. So you pair needle nose pliers, short, long, right angle, whatever you got to do, rip it off, because you need to take it off in order to get the actual spark plug itself off, because the tool will not go over it with that little piece on there. So this side over here, I used the 3-inch extension with the magnetic tip. I was able to get all of them. I did have to use another extension for the back in order to get past the steering shaft. Now GM's design, I know it had something on there originally, but I had to break this up. See that plug wire right there? I had to put a zip tie on it, because if I don't, it hits right there on that nut for the wire, for the steering shaft and stuff. So it starts turning and starts eating that wire away. And that was part of the customer's problem. See, that's the one that was doing. So she was getting a misfire every once in a while, because as soon as that wire hits and grounds that one piece out right there on the steering shaft, it'll cause a misfire. So that was her main concern with this one. So I got that squared away, and I got that wire tucked away. I'm pretty sure GM had something originally, but I can't tell you, because this is 22 years old, 23 years old, and it's no longer there. So anyways, so for the other side, still used this tool right here in order to get the two, and then this for the one right there, because that extension was too long in order to get everything in there. The back one, that's the fun one. That's the stupid ass GM design stuff. So if you have power tools, I'll show you that setup. If you have manual tools, I'll show you that setup. For the manual, I had 5/8 socket and a little 1-inch extension. It was able to sit on there. I was able to use a ratchet and rotate it off to get it loose. Took some time. I only did about 2 turns, and then I used my power tool setup. For the power tool setup, 5/8 swivel with this extension on here, and I was able to get right back in there and zip it right off with no problem. Same way with going back on. Hand tied it, started, got a couple threads on there, used power tool to zip it in, then used the manual, this part right here, with the ratchet to tighten it up to make sure it's nice and snug. Wires going back on, piece of cake. You can't really mess them up, because they're really short. They go from just one coil to the plug. You can't really, there's not enough room to be able to put it to a different one from any other side. Now, here is the other effing GM crap. These are the square coils. You can also have round coils. You can also have, I believe this is 10.2 inch. You can also have 9.2 inch wires. So you either have to figure out which ones you have. VIN number doesn't tell you. You have to know which coil it is you have, and you got to guess the length. Too short, not going to work. Too long, it'll work, but you'd have to tuck away the wires and stuff if it's the short version having to go into long. But that's GM, Ford, they love doing that kind of shit. They love putting different products on the same engines for various applications. It's engineers, man. What am I going to do? But anyways, that's a quick and down and dirty with that. I'm also going to be doing a BG fuel system service to get the carbon and stuff off the valves. I'll show you another video with that one here shortly once I get that set up. Any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know.